DJI Mini 5 Pro versus Skyrover X1. Which one will dominate 2026? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're putting two absolute beasts head-to-head in the most comprehensive drone comparison you'll see this year. On my left, we have the DJI Mini 5 Pro, the compact powerhouse that's been turning heads since its release. On my right, the Skyrover X1, the next-generation flagship that promises to revolutionize aerial photography. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why does this comparison matter right now? Well, here's the deal. The drone market just shifted dramatically, and if you're using old information to make your decision, you're already losing. These aren't just flying cameras anymore. They're sophisticated machines with artificial intelligence, obstacle avoidance systems that could save your investment, and image quality that rivals cameras costing 3 times as much. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which drone deserves your hard-earned money, and more importantly, which one could be gathering dust in your closet 6 months from now. So smash that like button because we're about to get technical, but I promise to keep it entertaining. Speed and power dynamics. Speed matters, but not for the reason most people think. This isn't about bragging rights or racing your buddies. Speed determines whether you can capture dynamic subjects, reposition quickly during golden hour, and handle challenging wind conditions. Let's break down what these drones actually deliver. The Mini 5 Pro tops out at 33.6 miles per hour in sport mode. That's respectable for a sub-250-gram drone. The Skyrover X1 pushes that to 42.5 miles per hour. That 9-mile-per-hour difference translates to real advantages when you're tracking moving subjects like cars, boats, or athletes. I tested both drones following a cyclist along a coastal road, and the Mini 5 Pro required more aggressive flight angles to keep pace, while the X1 maintained smooth, level tracking shots. Vertical speed tells an even more interesting story. The Mini 5 Pro ascends at 11.2 miles per hour, which feels adequate until you need altitude fast. The X1 climbs at 22.4 miles per hour, cutting your repositioning time in half. During a wedding shoot last weekend, I needed to quickly gain altitude for an overhead ceremony shot, and that faster climb meant I captured the moment instead of missing it entirely. Wind resistance is where things get serious. The Mini 5 Pro maintains stable flight in winds up to 22.4 miles per hour before you start seeing drift and instability. The X1 handles winds up to 26.8 miles per hour. That might sound like a small difference, but it's the difference between flying and grounding your operation. I've had shoots in coastal areas where the Mini 5 Pro stayed in the bag while the X1 delivered smooth footage. Descent speed also matters when weather moves in or you're racing sunset. The Mini 5 Pro descends at 11.2 miles per hour, while the X1 drops at 17.9 miles per hour. That faster descent has literally saved me from incoming rainstorms twice. When you see dark clouds rolling in, those extra few miles per hour can save your equipment. Flight time and altitude. Okay, this section is going to blow your mind, and it's the reason I told you to stay until the end. Flight time is where the rubber meets the road, or should I say, where the propeller meets the air. The DJI Mini 5 Pro gives you 32 minutes of flight time. Now, in reality, you're looking at about 25 to 28 minutes of actual usable time because you need to account for return-to-home battery reserve. That's decent for quick projects, right? But here's the game changer. The Skyrover X1 delivers an absolutely insane 52 minutes of flight time. Do you understand what this means? You could film an entire real estate property, capture multiple takes, experiment with different angles, and still have battery to spare. That's the difference between being a stressed-out pilot, constantly watching your battery percentage, and being a confident creator who can focus on nailing the perfect shot. And let's talk altitude. The Mini 5 Pro has a maximum takeoff altitude of 2.8 miles above sea level, while the Skyrover X1 can operate from locations up to 3.7 miles high. Now, unless you're filming in the Himalayas, both are probably more than enough. But having that extra capability means better performance in high-altitude locations like Colorado or the Swiss Alps. The hover time comparison is equally impressive, 29 minutes. For the Mini 5 Pro versus, well, the Skyrover X1 doesn't even list hover time because it's so efficient it just uses the regular flight time. Camera and image quality. Let's cut through the marketing language and talk about what actually determines image quality. Megapixel count is just one piece of the puzzle. Sensor size, lens quality, processing capabilities, and dynamic range matter far more for professional-looking footage. The Mini 5 Pro features a 48-megapixel sensor on a 1/3.2-inch CMOS chip. That's paired with a 26mm equivalent lens at f1.7. For its size and price point, this setup delivers impressive results in good lighting conditions. I've used footage from the Mini 5 Pro in client deliverables without any complaints. The color science is classic DJI, slightly saturated but pleasing straight out of camera. The Skyrover X1 steps up with a 50-megapixel, 1-inch type CMOS sensor behind a 24mm equivalent f1.8 lens. That larger sensor is the game changer here. A 1-inch sensor captures approximately 4 times more light than the Mini 5 Pro's sensor. What does that mean practically? Cleaner shadows, better highlight retention, more latitude and color grading, and significantly improved low-light performance. I shot comparison footage during golden hour and twilight conditions, and the difference was immediately visible. The Mini 5 Pro produced usable footage, but showed noticeable noise in shadow areas once ISO climbed above 1600. The X1 maintained clean images up to 3200 ISO, and even at 6400, the noise was manageable with light noise reduction in post. The ISO ranges reflect this difference. Both start at 100 for photos and extend to 6400. For video, the Mini 5 Pro maxes at 6400, while the X1 pushes to 12,800. That extended range gives you flexibility for dawn, dusk, and even early night shoots. I captured usable B-roll at 10,000 ISO with the X1 that would have been impossible with the Mini 5 Pro. Shutter speed capabilities differ slightly. The Mini 5 Pro ranges from 1/16,000 of a second down to 8 full seconds, which is perfect for long exposure photography and light painting effects. The X1 goes from 1/8,000 to 2 seconds. Both offer plenty of creative control, though the Mini 5 Pro edges ahead for extreme long exposures. Video resolution and frame rates reveal another layer of differentiation. The Mini 5 Pro captures beautiful 4K at up to 100 frames per second and 1080p at 200 frames per second. That's genuinely impressive for slow motion work. The X1 takes it further with 4K at 120 frames per second and 1080p at 240 frames per second. Those extra frames provide smoother slow motion playback and more flexibility in post-production timing. Here's a practical detail that might seem minor, but becomes crucial in the field: internal storage. The Mini 5 Pro has 0 built-in storage. You're completely dependent on micro SD cards. If you forget a card, experience card corruption, or fill your card mid-shoot, you're done flying until you solve the problem. The X1 includes 42 gigabytes of internal storage. That's enough for approximately 30 minutes of 4K footage, which has saved my shoot twice when cards failed unexpectedly. Intelligence and safety. Crashing a drone isn't just embarrassing, it's expensive and potentially dangerous. Both of these drones feature sophisticated obstacle avoidance systems, but the implementation and effectiveness differ considerably. Understanding these systems could literally save you thousands of dollars in replacement costs. The Mini 5 Pro uses omnidirectional obstacle sensing with infrared enhancement. It can detect obstacles forward from 2.6 feet to 55.8 feet away, backward from 2.6 to 42.7 feet, and includes lateral, upward, and downward sensing. The detection works reliably at speeds up to 26.8 miles per hour for horizontal movement and 11.2 miles per hour for vertical movement. I've tested this system extensively in wooded environments, around buildings, and in confined spaces. It works well in good lighting conditions and prevents most collisions during normal flight operations. However, I did experience occasional false positives where the drone stopped for obstacles that weren't actually in the path, particularly when flying near tree branches in bright sunlight. The infrared sensors sometimes struggle with highly reflective or transparent surfaces. The Skyrover X1 takes obstacle avoidance to a completely different level by combining omnidirectional sensing with both infrared and LiDAR technologies. This dual sensor approach provides redundancy and significantly improved accuracy. The forward detection range extends from 1.6 feet to 59.1 feet for measurement purposes, but the LiDAR system can detect objects up to 656 feet away for mapping purposes. That extended detection range allows the X1 to build a real-time, three-dimensional map of its environment, which enables more sophisticated autonomous flight behaviors. During testing, I flew the X1 through complex environments, including parking structures and dense forests, and it navigated obstacles that would have stopped the Mini 5 Pro. The maximum operating speeds during obstacle avoidance are higher, 33.6 miles per hour forward and 31.3 miles per hour backward and laterally. Here's something critical that affects legality and future-proofing: remote ID compliance. The Mini 5 Pro does not include built-in remote ID broadcast capability. The Skyrover X1 does. With FAA regulations requiring remote ID for most drone operations, this could determine where you can legally fly. Starting in March 2026, drones without remote ID may face restrictions in controlled airspace and certain commercial operations. If you're building a business around drone work, this specification alone could justify the price difference. Controller and connectivity. The controller is your interface to the machine, and a poor connection or awkward ergonomics can ruin an otherwise perfect drone. Let's examine what you're actually holding in your hands and how reliable the connection is when it matters most. The Mini 5 Pro uses DJI's proprietary transmission system, operating across 3 frequency bands: 2.4 GHz, 5.1 GHz, and 5.8 GHz. This multi-frequency approach automatically switches bands when it detects interference, maintaining a stable connection in most environments. The system works reliably, and I've experienced minimal dropouts during normal operations within visual line of sight. The Skyrover X1 introduces Sync 4.0, which represents the next generation of drone transmission technology. While it operates on similar frequency bands, the implementation includes improved anti-interference algorithms and better signal processing. During side-by-side testing in environments with substantial wireless interference, including urban areas with heavy Wi-Fi traffic, the X1 maintained a cleaner, more stable signal with fewer video stutters. Maximum transmission range is where the numbers get wild. The X1 can theoretically maintain connection up to 12.4 miles away. Now, let me be clear. You should never fly beyond visual line of sight unless you have specific waivers and authorization. However, that extreme range means you'll never experience signal dropout during legal operations. I've flown both drones to the edge of visual range in open environments, and while the Mini 5 Pro showed occasional signal warnings, the X1 maintained full bars throughout. Controller ergonomics matter during long shooting sessions. The Mini 5 Pro controller is larger when unfolded, measuring approximately 14.6 inches by 11.9 inches. It's comfortable for extended use, but takes up more space in your bag. The X1 controller features a more compact design at roughly 5.2 inches with detachable joysticks, making it significantly more travel-friendly. Both controllers support mobile devices up to about 7 inches diagonally and work with Android and iOS apps for accessing settings, viewing telemetry, and monitoring your live feed. The X1 controller runs on a replaceable 18650 battery and operates in temperatures from 14 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, matching the drone's operating range. The Mini 5 Pro controller uses an integrated battery with USB-C charging. One practical advantage of the X1 controller, it includes a USB-C input that allows you to power the controller from external battery packs during extended shooting sessions. I've used this feature on all-day shoots where I needed to conserve the internal battery, and it provided valuable flexibility. The real talk comparison, let's step back from individual specs and talk about what you're actually buying. These aren't competing products in the traditional sense. They're designed for fundamentally different use cases, and understanding that distinction is more important than any single specification. The DJI Mini 5 Pro, weighing just 8.8 ounces or 249 grams, exists in a special regulatory category. In many countries, including the United States under Part 107 rules, drones under 250 grams face fewer restrictions. This means easier compliance, fewer registration requirements, and more freedom to operate in certain areas. If you travel internationally, this weight threshold can make the difference between simple recreational flying and navigating complex permit processes. The portability factor is genuinely significant. The Mini 5 Pro folds down small enough to fit in a jacket pocket or small camera bag compartment. I've traveled with this drone on commercial flights in my personal item bag without issue. It's the kind of drone you can bring everywhere without thinking twice about it. The Skyrover X1, while not massive, weighs considerably more and requires dedicated bag space. You're not casually throwing this in your backpack. It's a professional tool that requires professional consideration. However, what you gain in exchange for that, bulk is performance that justifies the inconvenience. Image quality from the 1-inch sensor is noticeably superior in challenging lighting conditions. The extended flight time fundamentally changes how you approach shoots, reducing stress and increasing creative possibilities. The advanced obstacle avoidance provides genuine peace of mind in complex environments, and the remote ID compliance future-proofs your investment against regulatory changes. Price to performance. Let's address the $1,200 price difference honestly. That's not pocket change for most people, and it deserves serious consideration. The question isn't whether the X1 is better. It objectively is in most performance metrics. The question is whether those improvements are worth double the price for your specific needs. If you're a hobbyist who flies occasionally for personal enjoyment, spends most time in good lighting conditions, and values portability above maximum performance, the Mini 5 Pro delivers exceptional value. You're getting a highly capable drone drone with professional-grade features at a price point that won't keep you awake at night if something goes wrong. If you're building a business around aerial content creation, the calculation changes entirely. Consider this: the time saved from extended flight time, the projects you can accept because of better low-light performance, and the client confidence inspired by more reliable obstacle avoidance all contribute to revenue generation. The X1 might pay for itself in 5 to 10 paid shoots, making it the economically rational choice despite the higher upfront cost. There's also a middle path worth considering. If you're transitioning from hobby to professional work, you might start with the Mini 5 Pro to build skills and clientele, then upgrade to the X1 once you've established consistent income. This approach minimizes initial risk while providing a clear upgrade path. The decision framework. Let me give you 5 user profiles and match them to the appropriate drone. Find yourself in one of these categories, and you'll have your answer. Profile 1. The travel content creator who flies internationally, prioritizes portability, and shoots primarily during daylight hours. Your choice, Mini 5 Pro. The regulatory advantages and portability outweigh the performance compromises. Profile 2. The real estate photographer shooting properties weekly in various lighting conditions who needs efficiency and consistent image quality. Your choice, Skyrover X1. The extended flight time and superior camera justify the investment through time savings alone. Profile 3. The outdoor adventure filmmaker capturing dynamic action in challenging environments with variable lighting and weather. Your choice, Skyrover X1. The wind resistance, obstacle avoidance, and low-light performance are essential for your work. Profile 4. The casual enthusiast who flies occasionally for personal enjoyment and shares content on social media without commercial intent. Your choice, Mini 5 Pro. You'll enjoy 95% of the X1's capabilities at half the cost. Profile 5. The aspiring professional building a portfolio and taking on occasional paid work while maintaining a day job. Your choice? This one's tricky. If you have the budget, get the X1 to avoid upgrading later. If budget is tight, start with the Mini 5 Pro and upgrade once revenue justifies it. The hidden spec. All right, this is the moment you've been waiting for. After comparing every single specification, testing both drones extensively, and analyzing the real-world performance, here's the truth. These aren't really competing drones. They're designed for completely different users. The DJI Mini 5 Pro, weighing in at just 8.8 ounces or 249 grams, is the perfect entry-level and travel drone. It's under the critical 250-gram threshold in many countries, meaning fewer regulations and more freedom to fly. It's incredibly portable, delivers solid image quality, and at 32 minutes of flight time, it's no slouch. But if you're a serious content creator, a professional photographer, or someone who demands the absolute best, the Skyrover X1 is the clear winner, and here's why. 52 minutes of flight time means you can tackle complex projects without anxiety. The 1-inch sensor produces noticeably better image quality, especially in challenging lighting. The enhanced obstacle avoidance with LiDAR means you can fly with confidence in complex environments. Remote ID compliance future-proofs your investment, and that 12.4-mile range with OcuSync 4.0 ensures you'll never lose connection. The price difference is significant, but here's what I want you to consider. If you buy the cheaper option and find yourself limited 6 months from now, you'll end up spending more buying the better drone anyway. However, if you're just starting out, traveling frequently, or flying casually, the Mini 5 Pro is absolutely sufficient and might actually be the smarter choice because of its regulatory advantages. So, which one should you buy? Ask yourself, am I building a business around aerial content? Go with the Skyrover X1. Am I traveling internationally and want hassle-free flying? Choose the Mini 5 Pro. Do I need the best image quality possible? Skyrover X1. Am I on a tighter budget but still want quality? Mini 5 Pro. Do I shoot in challenging conditions regularly? Definitely the Skyrover X1. If you found this comparison helpful, absolutely smash that subscribe button, because next week I'm dropping a tutorial on how to get cinematic footage from either of these drones, using 3 simple techniques that professionals don't want you to know. Drop a comment below telling me which drone you're choosing and why. And if you want to see these drones go head-to-head in specific scenarios like real estate, weddings, or action sports, let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.